Hello, and welcome to Zenith of the Soul. Today, we will explore a special Osho tarot reading for the sign of Sagittarius for March 2025. More than simply predicting your destiny, my goal here is to discover how you can actively take action to shape and, who knows, change your fate. So, get ready for an introspective and powerful journey. Once you finish watching this video, remember to also check out the readings for your ascendant, as well as your moon sign. This is very important for you to gain a broader understanding of your energy field throughout this month. Remember to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to support our work. Now, let's go to the spread I just did here at my desk. I will now open the first card, which concerns your current moment. 5 of Water, clinging to the past. In the cosmic dance of March 2025, Sagittarius finds itself at a pivotal crossroads, illuminated by the central position of the 5 of Water, clinging to the past. This profound moment emerges as Jupiter, Sagittarius' ruling planet, transitions through Cancer, creating a powerful tension between the Archer's natural forward momentum and an unexpected pull towards reflection and emotional processing. The 5 of Water reveals a figure hunched over, clutching a box of memories with an almost desperate intensity. Their tattered, patchworked clothing speaks of a poverty that goes beyond the material. It suggests an emotional and spiritual impoverishment that comes from refusing to release what is already past. Behind them, a sparkling chalice of champagne represents the countless opportunities of the present moment, ignored and untasted. This positioning is particularly significant given the astrological landscape of March 2025. Venus is retrograde from March 1st to April 12th, intensifying themes of revision and reassessment in matters of the heart and values. This celestial backwards dance amplifies the card's message about the danger of becoming too entrenched in past patterns and memories. In matters of relationships, this central card suggests a period where old attachments and unresolved emotional baggage are demanding attention. The figure's posture, turned away from the effervescent possibilities of the present, mirrors how past heartbreaks or disappointments might be preventing Sagittarians from fully engaging with new connections or deepening existing ones. The retrograde Venus in this period particularly emphasizes the need to address these old wounds before new love can truly flourish. Financially, the card's imagery of worn, patched clothing speaks to a scarcity mindset that may be limiting abundance. Just as the figure refuses to turn toward the champagne, there might be a tendency to cling to old financial patterns or fears, even when new opportunities for prosperity present themselves. This is especially relevant as Jupiter, the planet of expansion and abundance, moves through Cancer, potentially opening new channels for wealth through emotional intelligence and intuitive business decisions. Regarding health, the card suggests that holding onto past trauma or stress might be manifesting in physical tensions or ailments. The hunched posture of the figure could literally represent the physical burden of carrying emotional weight, perhaps manifesting as back problems or digestive issues, areas often affected by emotional holding patterns. The interaction between Saturn entering Aries and Pluto firmly established in Aquarius during this period adds another layer of significance to this central card. These transits are pushing for revolutionary change and new beginnings, making the resistance to letting go even more problematic. The universe is creating a perfect storm for transformation, but first, one must be willing to release what no longer serves. This profound tension between past and present, between holding on and letting go, sets the stage for a deeper exploration of the challenges and potential outcomes that await. As we turn to examine these aspects more closely, we must consider what treasures might be found if one finally releases their grip on that box of memories. What champagne-bright possibilities await those brave enough to turn around and face the present moment? The answer lies in understanding how this attachment to the past has become both a shelter and a prison, and what forces are conspiring to break free from this self-imposed limitation. As we move forward in our exploration, we'll discover how the energy of creation and the challenge of duality play crucial roles in this journey of transformation. Now, let's open the second card, which concerns the challenges and obstacles that arise in your path. King of Fire, the creator. As we delve deeper into the transformative journey revealed for Sagittarius in March 2025, we encounter the powerful presence of the King of Fire, the creator positioned on the left, representing the challenges and obstacles that must be faced. This placement gains particular significance as Mars, the planet of action and initiative, moves through Virgo during this period, creating a dynamic interplay between creative vision and practical implementation. The King of Fire appears as a Zen master who has achieved something remarkable: the complete mastery of fire's destructive and creative potentials. In the card's imagery, we see a figure emanating an aura of profound integration. There is no separation between his inner wisdom and outer expression. This mastery is particularly relevant as Saturn makes its bold entry into Aries in May 2025, calling for a new relationship with power and creative force. The presence of this card in the challenge position might seem paradoxical at first. After all, isn't mastery and creative power something to be desired rather than overcome? However, this placement suggests that the real challenge for Sagittarius lies in accepting and integrating their own creative power, particularly while still holding on to past limitations, as shown in the Five of Water. The King of Fire's appearance coincides with a powerful planetary configuration. Jupiter in Cancer forms a challenging square aspect to Saturn in Aries, creating a tension between expansion and restriction, between emotional wisdom and decisive action. This cosmic dance demands a delicate balance between passion and control, between creative fire and practical implementation. In the realm of relationships, this card challenges Sagittarians to become the master of their own emotional fire. The King's ability to channel passion without being consumed by it becomes crucial, especially as Venus retrograde in March 2025 stirs up old relationship patterns. The challenge is to maintain authentic self-expression while creating space for intimate connections that don't burn out from intensity or lack of boundaries. Financially, the King of Fire presents the challenge of transforming creative vision into material reality. With Mercury moving through practical Taurus during this period, there's a need to ground inspired ideas into concrete business plans. The obstacle isn't lack of creative potential, it's learning to direct that potential in sustained, practical ways that create lasting value. Regarding health and well-being, this card suggests that the challenge lies in maintaining balanced energy. The King's mastery of fire energy relates directly to vital life force, pranayama in yogic terms. With Mars in detail-oriented Virgo, there's a need to develop disciplined practices that support rather than deplete this essential energy. The positioning of this card creates a fascinating dialogue with the central Five of Water. While the figure in that card clutches desperately to the past, the King of Fire demonstrates the possibility of complete presence and integration. This juxtaposition highlights the core challenge. How can one release the past while simultaneously embracing their full creative potential? The King of Fire's presence is particularly powerful given the grand trine forming between Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto during this period. This harmonious configuration suggests that despite the challenges, there is cosmic support for major creative transformation. The fire that the King has mastered isn't just any flame. It's the fire of divine creation itself, the same force that births stars and galaxies. The challenge extends beyond merely releasing the past or embracing creativity. It's about becoming a conscious channel for creative force while maintaining balance and wisdom. This requires developing a new relationship with power itself, one that neither clings to old patterns nor burns out from uncontrolled expression. As we witness this dance between past attachments and creative mastery, a question emerges. How does one bridge the gap between where they are and where they could be? The answer lies in understanding the nature of duality itself, which brings us to our next revelation. Now let's open the third card, which will tell us about the potential outcomes in your path, that is, the results in your fate. Two of Clouds, Schizophrenia. In the right position of our spread, revealing the potential outcome for Sagittarius in March 2025, we find the Two of Clouds, Schizophrenia, a card whose imagery and meaning take on extraordinary significance given the complex planetary dynamics at play. As Neptune makes its momentous ingress into Aries in late March, joining Saturn in this cardinal fire sign. We see a cosmic push toward resolving internal divisions through decisive action. The card's striking imagery shows a figure suspended in a geometric void, caught between opposing forces, simultaneously held and pulled apart by their own indecision. This geometric pattern reflects the mathematical precision of the universe itself, suggesting that what appears as chaos might actually be part of a greater cosmic order. The figure's predicament, whether to let go with their hands or feet, whether to fall head first or feet first, mirrors the fundamental human struggle with duality and decision-making. This positioning becomes particularly relevant as March 2025 presents a unique astrological configuration. The conjunction of Saturn and Neptune at 0 degrees Aries occurs precisely as Pluto deepens its transformation of Aquarius. This cosmic alignment suggests that the resolution of duality comes not through choosing one side over another, but through transcending the very notion of opposition itself. In the sphere of relationships, this card suggests that the outcome of current challenges involves embracing apparent contradictions. The ability to hold space for both independence and intimacy, for both personal truth and compromise, becomes crucial. As Venus moves through its retrograde period, relationships may seem to present impossible choices, yet the real opportunity lies in transcending the either/or mentality altogether. Financially, the Two of Clouds indicates a period where success comes through understanding and working with apparent opposites. The practical and the intuitive, the conservative and the innovative, these seeming contradictions actually hold the key to financial breakthroughs. Jupiter's position in Cancer during this time supports this integration, suggesting that emotional intelligence combined with practical action creates the most substantial results. Regarding health and vitality, this card points to the importance of finding balance between opposing forces in the body: rest and activity, intensity and relaxation, structure and flexibility. The figure's suspended state mirrors the delicate balance required in maintaining wellness, particularly as Mars traverses detail-oriented Virgo, emphasizing the need for precise yet flexible health routines. The dialogue between this card and the previous two creates a fascinating narrative arc. From the attachment to past patterns shown in the Five of Water, through the mastery of creative force represented by the King of Fire, we arrive at this moment of apparent suspension, which actually represents the potential for profound integration. This potential outcome takes on deeper significance when we consider the grand cosmic dance occurring in March 2025. The square between Jupiter in Cancer and Saturn in Aries creates a tension that demands resolution through higher understanding. Meanwhile, Uranus's position in Gemini adds an element of unexpected breakthrough in matters of perception and communication. The suspended figure in the geometric void might initially appear trapped, but there's a profound truth revealed in this suspension. Sometimes what appears as indecision or paralysis is actually a necessary pause before a quantum leap in consciousness. The geometric patterns surrounding the figure suggest an underlying order to what seems like chaos, a higher mathematics of the soul. As the month progresses and Mercury moves through practical Taurus, this potential for integration becomes increasingly tangible. The resolution doesn't come through choosing between opposites, but through finding the third way, the path that transcends duality altogether. This mirrors the Zen concept of transcending the mind's tendency to divide reality into opposing camps. The card's position as outcome suggests that the very struggle with duality, represented by the geometric suspension, becomes the doorway to a new level of understanding. The figure's predicament forces a kind of surrender that, paradoxically, leads to freedom. This aligns perfectly with Neptune's ingress into Aries, which dissolves old boundaries while simultaneously inspiring new visions. What initially appears as a state of helpless suspension reveals itself as a position of unprecedented potential. Like a chrysalis just before transformation, this apparent imprisonment contains within it the seeds of profound liberation. The question isn't whether to let go with hands or feet, but how to transmute this moment of suspension into transcendent flight. This brings us to the crucial question: how do these three cards work together to create a pathway for true transformation? What practical steps can be taken to navigate this complex territory of attachment, creativity, and transcendence? As we synthesize the profound narrative revealed through these 3 cards for Sagittarius in March 2025, we witness an extraordinary alchemical process unfolding. The cosmic configuration during this period, particularly the powerful conjunction of Saturn and Neptune in Aries, combined with Jupiter's nurturing journey through Cancer, creates a unique crucible for transformation that perfectly mirrors the journey described in our spread. The flow of energy through these cards tells a story of liberation through conscious engagement with opposing forces. Beginning with the 5 of Water's grip on the past, moving through the King of Fire's mastery of creative force, and culminating in the 2 of Clouds' transcendent suspension, we see a path that leads from attachment through mastery to ultimate freedom. The transformation process reveals itself in layers. At first glance, we see a figure unable to let go of old memories, turning away from present opportunities. This manifestation of attachment isn't merely psychological. It creates tangible effects in the physical world, shown through the worn, patched clothing and the rejected champagne of possibility. This initial stage aligns with Venus's retrograde period, suggesting a necessary review of values and attachments before forward movement becomes possible. What lies hidden beneath this surface narrative is revealed through the King of Fire's presence in the challenge position. The real obstacle isn't the past itself, but the unexpressed creative potential that the attachment to the past helps suppress. This suppression serves as a protection mechanism. After all, fully embracing one's creative power requires tremendous courage and responsibility. The King of Fire's mastery shows what's possible when we face this challenge directly, particularly as Saturn enters Aries, demanding authentic self-expression. The path of transformation becomes clear through the interaction between these first 2 cards. The release of the past isn't achieved through force or denial, but through the conscious channeling of creative energy. As Jupiter in Cancer forms its challenging square to Saturn in Aries, this process requires both courage and sensitivity, the ability to honor emotional truth while moving decisively forward. The resolution indicated by the 2 of Clouds might initially seem paradoxical. How can a state of apparent suspension represent freedom? Yet this is precisely the wisdom offered by this spread. The resolution comes not through choosing between past and future, attachment and creativity, but through finding the still point where all opposites meet. This aligns perfectly with Neptune's ingress into Aries, dissolving old boundaries while inspiring new visions. Looking at how this central theme affects various life areas, we see a comprehensive pattern of transformation. In relationships, the journey moves from attachment to past patterns, 5 of Water, through authentic self-expression, King of Fire, to a new ability to hold space for both independence and intimacy, 2 of Clouds. The Venus retrograde period supports this process, allowing for deep reflection on relationship patterns before establishing new, more balanced connections. Financially, the transformation progresses from a scarcity mindset based on past experiences through the activation of creative potential to a new ability to work with apparent opposites in creating abundance. Jupiter's position in Cancer suggests that emotional intelligence becomes a key factor in financial success, while the Saturn-Neptune conjunction supports the manifestation of inspired visions. Health-wise, the pattern reveals how physical well-being is influenced by emotional holding patterns, energetic mastery, and ultimately the ability to find balance between opposing forces in the body. Mars's journey through Virgo emphasizes the importance of practical, consistent health practices that support this integration. The external aspects influencing this process are particularly powerful in March 2025. The grand trine between Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto creates a supportive framework for deep transformation, while Uranus in Gemini adds an element of unexpected breakthrough in perception and understanding. Specific actions for moving forward emerge from this integrated understanding. For relationships, practice conscious presence in interactions, allowing past experiences to inform but not control current connections. Use the Venus retrograde period for deep emotional inventory, releasing outdated patterns through creative self-expression. For finances, implement practical systems that support creative ventures, combining intuitive insights with concrete action plans. The Jupiter-Saturn square suggests success comes through balancing expansion with structure. For health, develop routines that honor both structure and flexibility, using physical practices to support emotional release and energetic balance. The Saturn-Neptune conjunction supports practices that unite body and spirit. The integrated resolution for all areas comes through understanding that apparent obstacles, attachment to the past, creative blocks, seeming contradictions, are actually doorways to transformation when approached with consciousness. The suspended state of the Two of Clouds becomes not a paralysis, but a launch pad for quantum change. As March 2025 unfolds, Sagittarians are invited to embrace this alchemical process fully. The champagne of possibility awaits, not in spite of past experiences, but because of them. The creative fire burns not to destroy, but to transform. And what appears as suspension becomes the very space where liberation is found. This is the ultimate wisdom revealed by this spread. True freedom comes not from escaping duality, but from finding the still point at its center, the place where past and future, attachment and creativity, form and emptiness all meet in the eternal dance of becoming. Thank you for listening to our tarot spread. Please tell us in the comments which part of today's reading caught your attention the most. Also hit the like button and share this video with someone you know who needs to hear this reading today. And remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Then, look for the videos related to your ascendant and moon on this channel and watch them now to integrate all this knowledge and act in a targeted way. And if you want to understand this month's reading in the broader context of the year for your sign, watch the video on your screen now with the spread I did for 2025. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.